Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 5. This is an endurance race in career mode. I think this is part 12. We're going to sprint to the bike, get onto the Honda, and hopefully we can win this race. So we're going to be starting from 9th place. The autopilot is going to take over for now. And of course we are on board the Honda VFR 750R RC30EM version of the Honda. Now, I want to give a big shout out to Sergio23 for making, of course, the helmet that you know and love, and of course the brilliant suit as well to match the Honda. I think he's also made a livery for the bike, but I forgot to apply it when I did this video. But I really like how it's actually matched in and blended in this time around for the endurance mode. So, starting from 9th place, I'm going to try and get through cleanly because, of course, this being the Piper circuit of Okayama, it's going to be very difficult to get through, and I don't want to just barge my way through. I've been doing that a bit in Ride 5, and I want to try and avoid that. I want to go for clean overtakes only and see what we can produce. Now, of course, guys, if you do enjoy this video, please hit the subscribe button. It does help out the channel. And, of course, with lots and lots of Ride 5 content coming out, if you like that sort of stuff, it's the right channel for you to be in. But there is the look at the leathers, and there is the look at the bike as well. So, onto the brakes we go. I'm going to try and catch up to the riders ahead of us. You've seen that wonderful move around the outside for the final corner here in Okayama. This was a very clean overtake, but now into turn 2. I do find the first sector is where I'm quite strong onto the brakes in the first corner, going into Piper. Just generally feel really good around this circuit. I think it feels much better than it did in Ride 4. It was already a great circuit, but it just feels really good in the 5th installment of Ride. And now to the right hand side. Oh, I've seen that name. Oh, if you've been watching for a while, you know exactly what I'm about to say. Fast Charlie is up into 4th place. We know he's not fast. He's a con. He's a rip-off. He's not fast. He's never going to be fast, but he is up there in 4th place. So you better believe there's extra motivation to attack Charles Nolan to the right hand side here. So into the first corner we have done Rose Dulette, and now it's our chance to rub our hands together and just prepare ourselves for a wonderful overtake on Charles Nolan. Now just notice as well, oh look at that change of direction, bit of contact, but that was relatively clean. Charles left the door open and he's not fast enough to shut it, so yeah, thank you very much Charles, I'm coming on through. I'll take you 4th place, and now it's time for us to get back into, or at least to get into, the podium fight for the first time in today's endurance race. Now each and every time I've come out to that right-hander and touched that grass, and I've done it again, so I need to improve going into turn 5. We're pretty solid into the Mike Knight corner and well here into turn 7, but we do need to improve on that change of direction. But I tell you what, 3.5 seconds is the gap to Sandro Almeida Pereira. Now we've seen him in career mode race 10, I think. Well, career mode race 11. I think we've seen that Brazilian, and he was quite competitive in the 250cc Italian 2-stroke championship. So we'll see what he can do. He's already looking to be pulling away somewhat. The man with the Revit leathers ahead of us. We're going to try and outbrake the number 70 going into the left-hand side. Nicely done. Honda on Honda. He might not give up the position here yet. Yeah, he's got the inside line. Let him run it deep into Hobbs, and hopefully I can't. He's making things difficult, and now our gap has gone up to 4 seconds. This could be a lot more interesting than I was anticipating in today's video. Now, I do appreciate that some of you guys have been saying that there's a glitch within the endurance mode where apparently the race never ends. I haven't had that yet, and so far what I've read is that if you use a rewind mode, that's the reason why it causes that glitch. I don't use rewind, everything's turned off, so I should imagine we shouldn't have that issue, but just keep an eye on that. We'll see how it goes. I don't know what the telltale sign is, because I've never actually seen it happen. But I'll be keeping an eye out for this Grand Prix. But what I can tell you is this is exactly what I was looking forward to. I was hoping that AI would give me some sort of challenge. I even considered dropping down to 20th and trying to do it that way, but it wouldn't let me qualify any lower than 9th. It was already predetermined for this race. But I must confess, I am enjoying the endurance modes. I think they're really fun. This will be my 2nd endurance, and coincidentally it's another Japanese circuit. The first one was in Sugo, of course. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing some of them in the future. I know there's some interest to do some online races as well that involve the endurance, so definitely stay tuned for that in the future. But into the first corner, that's quite deep. I'm going very deep for the first corner. Got to improve upon that, otherwise we are not going to close down the Brazilian ahead. So on lap 6, 15 minutes remaining. That's astonishing that 5 minutes have already passed in this race. 6 laps, or well, 5 laps already done. Shows you how much I enjoy the content if the video just flies by. And apologies if my voice sounds a bit croaky in this one. I'm struggling with my asthma today. It's very warm in England and it's really clammy, so it's difficult on my voice today. So apologies if it sounds a bit strained. Certainly giving it my best shot nonetheless. And actually, if you're watching this video, depending on what day I've uploaded it, I should probably be in Magny-Cours right now watching World Superbike. So if you happen to be watching this video and you're in France or you're in Magny-Cours, then come on over to the BMW Motorrad Esports trailer and come and say hello to me. But anyway, into the first corner. We have pulled the gap down to 2.2 seconds. I should imagine we'll get him by lap 10. I think we'll have him before the pit. But judging our fuel is at 60%. I can't read, 65. I had to take another look at that. I was like, that doesn't look right. 65% are now down to 64. Sandro is at 67. Maybe I'll have to consider dropping the fuel. And of course, guys, there is the subscribe button just covering the fuel line. So if you want to subscribe, go ahead and do that now. I'll let you know if the action really kicks off, so that way you can scroll back up dead quickly. But for the time being, I don't think we need to change our fuel. I will consider it if we get past Sandro. Maybe it'd just be more fun if I drop the fuel anyway. Questions and no answers yet, so I'll think about it for now, and we'll see what happens. I'm still very much learning Ride 5. I have been trying a lot of bikes in Ride, but I haven't really decided which one's my go-to. I would say the M1000RR from the 2023 version is stunning, it's fantastic. But I'm really enjoying the 600s, the 700s, and even something else like the 250s. I'm really enjoying those parts, and it's very similar to what I do in MotoGP. I find the lower classes are genuinely the most enjoyment. I get my most enjoyment out of those classes. Very, very enjoyable. Very, very good. But as with all bikes here in this game, they're all pretty solids. But as I'm chatting away, we've pulled the gap into 1 second. SAP, old Sandro Almeida Barrera, is going to be caught down in a minute. This is going to be another successful lap time for us. It is. It's the only 52 second of the Grand Prix. A 52.935. We're coming for you, Sandro. Can we stay consistent into turn 1? I'm not too concerned about losing 67,000 of a second in the first split. Just providing we don't lose anything else from now. Oh, this is great. This is consistency paying off right now, boys and girls. Only lost 1,000 of a second into the second split. Sandro's run it a bit deep. I prefer the tighter apex and then swing it in nice and tight for the Hobbs corner for turn 5. Bring it in really tight, straighten up the motorcycle, and you've got to launch in anger here for the Mike Knight corner. Can't be too sensitive about that one, too tentative. Just launch it. And I tell you what, we're right on the cusp here. On lap 9, maybe lap 10 actually, pretty much what I envisioned. We're going to go hard on the brakes and take over at the front. We only lost 67,000 of a second on that previous lap time. That's pretty much what it was in the first split. So we were bang on throughout the majority of that lap there. Ultimate consistency here in Okayama. Wow, I'm enjoying this one. And this bike feels awesome. I heard somebody say in the comment section, or at least in the Discord server, that this bike sucks. I cannot believe it. I disagree wholeheartedly. I really like this bike. Really clean, very easy to move. I'm happy with it. So into the right hand side for the Hobbs corner for turn 5. Ooh, just touching the dirt there onto the left hand side of the circuit. That puts us 2.5 tenths of a second behind our previous best set on the lap prior to this one. And across the line, what lap time are we going to be getting? Because that's the goal now. Keep on improving the lap times. Across the line, we did lose 3 tenths, but honestly, it's not really the goal of this video. The goal is to stay atop of the pile. There's Charles Fast Nolan in 5th place. As we're 2 tenths of a second behind in the first split. Right then, let's move our attention to the fuel in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. 42% is my fuel right now. I'm going to drop it down to eco mode. 41%. How much time? Oh, goodness me. Whoa, wow, okay. That's completely my fault. I just completely didn't accelerate when I turned in then. Big mistake coming in for myself. I'm trying to gauge the fuel here. I lost a whole second of that one. Well, 47% for Sandro, 47% for the Turkish rider. We're down to 40%. We're even on eco mode, so I should imagine this should balance out, unless the AI competition are also down to eco mode. Now, I think I mentioned this already, but this was recorded quite early on when I had Ride 5. It was after everyone had it, because of course Sergio made the livery, but I don't think there's been an update or anything when I recorded this video. So if there has been any updates regarding the endurance mode that hasn't shown on here, because I do believe I read something about you can see what mode the other riders are on, or the fuel has been fixed, so I'm not entirely sure. So this is going to be from a while ago, this video, but I will say I don't think the AI has the same intelligence as they now have after the patch. I'm yet to do an endurance race, so we'll judge it from the merits that we've got. If you can let me know in the comment section down below what's really changed with the endurance races since the patches, then let me know. Because maybe the AI will do something silly in this race. Because I know when I did the Sugo race, idiots like Charles Nolan and stuff did 2 pit stops, which is just utterly bizarre, when clearly it wasn't necessary. So I'm keen to see what the AI does when the AI has improved. So, yeah. We'll see, but I'm just noticing now we're actually still on eco mode and we're already fast going into sector 1. Do we need to change it to rain mode? Because we're still fast going into the second split. Eco mode is not actually losing us much time. Now I'm not sure. I'm beginning to think maybe eco mode doesn't work because we're still losing 7% of fuel compared to the competition. We're definitely going to have to pit first. That's pretty much what it's going to look like. How much... I'm trying to work this out now. This is the difficult point, because I can't really commentate and work this out in my head. I'm not that good, and maths is by far not my best subject. So let's try rain settings. I don't think rain settings is going to work either. Let's just stick with eco, and then let's just go into the pits. We'll go first. We'll be the guinea pig. I will not change the tyres to keep things interesting, but we will add a little bit of fuel in, just enough to keep us from finishing the race with 0 fuel. And Sandro is still 2.5 seconds back, so to be honest with you, we are leading this race. It looks comfortable, but if one mistake occurs, then we're going to have a very tight race with Sandro behind us. This is not over yet. With 7.5 minutes remaining, we need to pit. So does Sandro and so does Ozenli, but he's miles behind. The only 2 of us, as you can see, as we cross the timing line now, the only 2 of us are even close to a potential victory in this one is myself and Sandro in second. And somewhere is Fast Charlie on that list. Didn't see him, as he's never that fast. But into the right hand side, and a quick change of direction again. Pull in nice and tight, beautifully done. Into the Piper corner, still running eco mode of course, and we're losing 0.2 of a second. Now the only problem is if you leave that eco screen up, or at least the electronic settings screen open, you can't see your fuel. And as you can see, we're 8% behind Sandro now. Has Sandro gone to the rain mode, or is he just better with conserving the fuel? Questions with no answers it seems, yet again. Now I do believe Sandro is on the Kawasaki, the ZX750 EM. Maybe that's just better with the fuel. I don't know. I think it was a slightly higher performance point increase than us. I'm really curious now to see who bites first. There's riders down there like Ezio Akano who have got 32% fuel. I wonder if 32% could last the distance. Now I know in Ride 4 I did that challenge where we won the race without pitting at all, or changing the tyres, because of course we didn't pit. But the game usually forced you to pit at some point just due to the nature of the fuel. You could never have too much to survive the entire race. But I think you might be able to on a 20%. 20 lap race, apologies, a 20-minute race, should I say. These are ideas for me to make videos on in the future, I tell you. If we can win a race without pitting, we've won a race without changing the tyres, and we're probably going to do the same again today. But without pitting, that could be very interesting. Because we're going to have to really balance the fuel. Probably have to run rain all the way through, but we'd have to get to the front, of course, against 120% difficulty AI. Ooh, I'm thinking ideas here. There's a lot of ideas coming to my head here as we go matching into the first split. 5.5 seconds ahead of Sandro. So he must be on rain settings now, but he's still going to have to pit, surely. I would love it if the AI didn't pit and they took that gamble to try and get the victory. That would be amazing. We've done 20 miles on the Honda and I'm really liking this bike. I could do another 20. I could do another 20 minutes. Definitely looking into that, into the future. Really enjoying this bike. But now into the right again. We're still quite competitive even on the eco mode. Into the last corner. 4.5 minutes remain. We've got just enough fuel before it starts warning us. But as I say that, I think that warning's going to come very... There it is. Yep, I've only played Endurance twice. And I could already tell 10%, of course, since Ride 4 was very similar, 10% is the point. That's when it wants you to come in. Now, can I get another lap out of this first before we dive into the pits? 4% it is. Excuse me, 9%. Now down to 8%. Now down to 7%. Whoa, that last bit's going down fast. It's plummeting at this point. Have we got a hole in the fuel tank? Why is it going down so quickly? If that gets down to 5% at the end of this lap, then I don't know, maybe I'm going to have to pit. It's down to 6. I mean, you can see that, and I don't know why I'm telling you, but yeah, it's down to 6. If that goes down to 5th, and I want to chance it, I really do. Oh, this is a gamble, this is. I'm making the gamble. We're on 5%. 4 tenths of a second slower this lap around. 7.5 seconds clear from the competition. Suraj Pand has just gone into the pits. Curious to see his progression in this race. We are rapidly losing fuel here. Oh my lord, have I made a massive blunder? Oh no. It's 3%. Heads are going to be in hands in a minute. Hands are on my cheeks already because I'm getting nervous. Not the bum cheeks, but the face cheeks. I'm getting a bit tense here. 2%. We're going to have to be really careful here. Let's get in the pits. Are we alright? I think we've done it. Oh, that got a bit pensive, didn't it? The competition behind. Oh, Sandro's going into the pits. Is the Turk going to go into the pits? He's still 8% of fuel. Well, we're going to dive in. No achievement this time, I'm afraid. But we are not going to do the tyres, as you just seen. We're going to focus on a little bit of fuel. Just enough to get us back out onto the track. So here we go then, 27%, 5 laps did that say? That's absolutely sufficient. We can get back up to the highest power setting. So a quick look behind us and nobody? Nobody got past us. Everyone who was in contention, but how is Ozenli still there? I'm so confused. He must have been around 20 seconds behind. Maybe more, because he's only closed in by less than a second. But he hasn't pitted yet, so he's going to have to pit on this lap. There's no way, unless he's going to try and hold out. 4% is... It might do. 4% in 2 laps, so no, it can't. It definitely can't. He's going to have to pit now, same as Rose. The 2 behind it, yeah, they're pitting. Yeah, they're going to have to. Well, I think that's victory then. Oh my goodness, look at the rear tyre. That's a bit daunting, isn't it? The soft option rear is flashing red. Very concerned. Looking at the riders behind, where is Charles? Oh, he's down to 13th. I don't know why I'm always obsessed with looking at Charles Nolan. This is borderline bullying. Apologies, Charles. He's just not fast. I can't let it live it down. We had that Pillock who thought he was a machine, and he wasn't much cop either. But he doesn't get anywhere near as much stick as what Charles Nolan gets. It's deep into Redmond. But if we time this right, we may only have to do 1 more lap. Time remaining is a minute. Yeah, we should be getting across the line with less than 52 seconds remaining. So this lap here, lap 22 or lap 21, will be the penultimate lap. And lap 22, as we get across the line to start, will be our final lap of today's race. The riders in 2nd and 3rd are going in the pits now, so we have no competition whatsoever, although Lenny Kauko is going to get in the way. Blue flag, can we wave the flag please, ladies and gentlemen? Something, please wave it, get him out of the way. It's one of my biggest pet peeves, that is, when people don't get out of the way. I was watching MotoGP, Moto E race the other day where Tito Rabat had gone down and he rejoined the circuit. Took him ages to get off the line, it took him ages to black flag him. Ridiculous. And the AI going for 100% fuel, that's really not necessary. Maybe we're going to have to start doing 100% fuel just to keep things interesting. Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, guys, if you're still watching at this point and you've watched all of this race, and let me know in the comment section down below. I'll tell you what, comment the word endurance and I'll know that you stayed here all the way to the end. And I'll tell you what, I really do appreciate that. Across the line, and we have taken, yet again, another victory. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed this career mode and the endurance race. If you want to see more just like this, then ensure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my daily uploads. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your requests in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Ciao for now.
Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.